Welcome to Season 6, Episode 1 of the Two Manager Project, and we'll start with Royal Wootton Bassett, who are, of course, now in the Vanarama National South. Our first game of the season is going to be away against Slough. In terms of how we're expected to do this season, well, let me just show you the season preview. We are 150 to 1 against going up, or at least against being top, I guess, and we are predicted to finish bottom, which is not great news at all. In terms of the squad and the transfers, more importantly, in fact, I have to go through transfers and go to history. There has been one or two players come in, and a couple that have left as well. In terms of Oren Swells has gone to Worthing. He was a half-ish decent striker, but really didn't get perhaps the opportunities he needed to do well for us. But nevertheless, he's moved on to Worthing. We also have, if I go to free transfers, released players, Matthew Harris. Matthew Harris finally had to go. He wasn't doing anything. I tried him in pre-season. He obviously couldn't live up to his form in the 21-22 season, so unfortunately we had to let him go. I mean, you can just see in terms of his recommendation from my assistant manager or head coach, but yeah, only signed him as a last resort. Unfortunately, he's just not up to it, and it's a shame, really. I wouldn't have minded keeping him on, but I figure we have to let him go, give him opportunity for his career. But he was quite happy sat there with us. That being said, there are plenty of teams who want him, so hopefully he will be signed before the end of the season. Because one thing I've noticed with a lot of players that I released, they tend to retire. People like Hetsky's retired, which is kind of sad, because he wasn't a bad little performer for us. I would have thought he could have knocked around in the lower leagues, but now we released him, he didn't go anywhere else, and he retired, and there's a couple of players like that, so it's a little bit sad. So hopefully that won't happen to Matthew Harris. He wasn't homegrown, and I think it's a homegrown issue, because also the reason why I haven't released Hickman yet is because I'm slightly concerned that he won't get to be around. So overall, I didn't do the transfers in, did I? Transfer history. All transfers. There we go. So yeah, we bought in Fergus McCautry. He's a left winger. He seems a bit up and down there, which is interesting, but it's just because a bit of strength and a bit of depth on the left. We do also have Connell Horton in that position, who had a good season, but we do need to raise the overall level. But we've also signed Callum Beckett from Hales Owen, whom you'll remember as one of Manager 2's players. We scouted Hales Owen, and it gave us an indication of the fact that Hales Owen are definitely a higher level team than us, or in terms of their quality, they're the next level up. So the fact that Beckett was interested and he wasn't on a full-time contract has actually worked out quite nicely, because we don't have a lot going on in central defence. Phil Taylor's doing all right. Kabani's still hanging around, but poor old Kabani. He's a fan favourite, don't get me wrong. He doesn't play badly. He's very unhappy with training, apparently. But yeah, so there are issues with Kabani. I don't know how much longer he's going to be around, but yes, Beckett comes in to strengthen us up there. There are one or two other transfers on the horizon, but I'm not going to go into any great detail at that in a moment. But clearly by the season prediction and the fact that we're expected to bravely fight against relegation means that not much is expected from Royal Wootton Bassett this season. Certainly in terms of my own targets is obviously stay up, and that's it. By hook or by crook, stay up, keep my job, all that sort of thing. So we will see how it goes. But as previously mentioned, our first game is away at Slough. In terms of the schedule, Slough favourites. What a surprise. So if we join Manager 2 now at Newport County, as you can see, or as you already saw, should I say, from the predictions, the season preview, should be an easy run for us. And certainly in terms of the club's expectations, I'm expected to go up by winning. So I think there's a strong chance, A, if I don't go up by winning, or B, that I don't go up at all. This might be Manager 2's only season at this club. I should also mention that, of course, Newport County were Division 2 when we started 5 seasons ago, so they've not had the best of time. But obviously, they are considered to be somewhat OP here for League One. For Vanarama National South. But we'll see how they get on when we get them back to the National. As I think I mentioned before, had I have left Halezone and immediately joined them, we might be playing national football now, because I might have been able to save them. But this is what happens. In terms of the squad, there's been some changes. And I will say that not all of those changes are good. Unfortunately, we've had 1 or 2 people leave. Kevin Healy left to Waterford. He wanted to go. Club wasn't particularly happy about that. Rian O'Sullivan, also the same issue, wanted to go. But he wasn't that big a deal, so I'm not too upset. But he was considered a key player. And then, of course, Tom Warren, who left, which I am a little bit upset about. He's gone on to FC Halifax. But yeah, again, wanted to leave because we'd been relegated. And FC Halifax are in the actual national, so he's going back up to where he was playing last season, which I think suits him fine. In terms of players in, we've brought in Dominic Thompson in from Derby. He's a defensive, a left defender. He was on loan last season with Newport, and he actually had quite a good season. So what I've done is managed to sign him from Derby. I think he's going to do quite well for us again. Obviously, I didn't really see him play last season, but he did do okay. We brought in 4 other players. We've got Morgan Andrews, who's a young goalkeeper for development more than anything else. Matthew O'Neill, who is a right winger, and he's definitely got some future. And again, I'm signing young players to play a role in the first team, but also developing players too. So I think he fits very nicely into that. Plays right winger and attacking midfielder, right winger as well. So he's got some hope, let's put it that way. Joe Hardy is the next one. He is a striker we brought in as a pressing forward, in fact. More for depth than anything else. But I do fancy his chances of doing all right. But yeah, we have a little bit of a depth issue up front, which is why when I go into it in a minute, all of the tactics only have lone strikers pretty much. Because anyway, and the last signing, and personally my favourite, though unfortunately we have a slight issue with, is Roberto Nditi. Now he's come in as a central defender to obviously replace the central defender who's moved on. He's got a bit about him, which is good. The only downside is he just got a 5-week groin strain, having only played 1 game non-competitively and not exactly having a fantastic time. On the upside, he is a current international for Tanzania, so that's promising if nothing else. And that's it really at the moment. It's difficult because this squad does seem pretty decent. I notice that since I've brought in 1 or 2 players, I'm showing the youth squad here, some players have declined in terms of their actual potential, so we'll see how things go. But I think it's going to be a pretty straightforward season for Manager 2. It's Manager 1 that I'm concerned about. In terms of coming up games, the first one is at home to Concord. Concord, of course, having been here for years, they did go up to the National and then came straight back down. So they are a proper Vanarama National League South team. So be interesting to see how we get on against them. In terms of the tactics that I was going to tell you about, and I nearly forgot then, what I've done to do something very, very different at this stage is I've actually prepared 3 sets of tactics based on the sort of squad depth I had and the positions I had in order to play through the season. There's always a sort of first third, second third part of the season where you have that dip, and unless you change your tactics and swap around, things don't go so well. But I've got a 4-4-1-1 Route 1, a 4-2-3-1 Gegenpress, and a 4-1-4-1 control possession. This is going to be the primary, the Route 1 at the moment. Like I say, we don't have a lot of depth up front, but we do have a really nice shadow striker in the form of Chester's there, who, well, you can see he's not done bad in pre-season, but if you look at his history, he was on loan, and he didn't do too badly in the National, but I think he's going to do a lot better here. We've managed to extend that loan, so pretty much all of the players you see on loan here, Neil Hunt included, were all on loan last season. What I've tried to do is just extend that loan because obviously we still want them playing. I'm actually tempted to put Hunt down here because he's a defensive midfielder, but we'll see how that goes later on. At the moment, I'm just going to stick to things as they are. Okay, and we'll start with Royal Wootton. Bassett away to Slough. In goal is Girling. A back four of Smalley, Taylor, Beckett and Otley. Defensive midfield is Gallagher. Central midfield left wing is McCautry. Bolton in central midfield. Chima out on the right, and up front it's Swift and Corkery. I have to tell you that I am slightly concerned about Corkery's pre-season performance. He has not done fantastically. I did say to you at the tail end of last season, I am wondering if he can make the step up because, I mean, since he came back from O to B, obviously, he's been stunning. And obviously he was, just insane last season. So, but given how his pre-season's gone, I'm not too excited, which is a shame, because I'd like to be. The other thing I forgot to mention, actually, earlier in pre-seasons, if we actually look at the club, we'll go from here. There we go, staff. For some reason, as soon as we got promoted, they increased the coaching size. They didn't let me know about it. I just happened to go in, and all of a sudden I got all these coaches. They increased the recruitment team. They increased the medical team. So we still don't have any money, don't get me wrong, but we now have a big development team, which is great, I guess. I mean, crikey, we've even got 2 goalkeeping coaches, which, in fairness, is probably our worst training area in this squad, but still, that's certainly positive in terms of the club growth. So anyway, here we go. We shouldn't try and encourage you. We've got nothing to lose. There you go. Okay, Royal Wootton Bassett, as always, in the blue. I think with the yellow socks this time. We'll find out in a second. Yep, yellow socks. And Slough are in the yellow with the black shorts and sleeves. That's the Bassett kickoff. I am going full match. We are attacking for some reason. I'm going to put that onto cautious. Spratt. Leathers coming forward for Slough. Bassett not doing a lot. Oh my goodness. Whoever that was, he just snuck around our right back and got in there. Girling fortunately was good enough for it. Long ball forward by Girling. Gallagher. Bolton now. Corkery. He's on a run forward. Puts out for McCautry. He crosses, but it's been cut out by the defender. And they are counter-attacking straight off the bat. Leathers. Smalley now. Taylor, Gallagher, Bolton. Okay, Bolton, you need to do better than that, that's for certain. Rennie, that looks like a name I recognise. Well, Slough are not slow in coming forward, are they? I'm going to get us to demand more. Throw in now. Otley to take it. Chima to Bolton. Bolton with the ball forward for Swift, but Swift by name. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Beckett with the free kick. Otley to Bolton. Gallagher. Come on, Bolton, you can do something. Feel like we've got a midfield disconnect. Puts it out for McCautry. He's in. Cross. Swift could have been on the end of it, but I think he got tackled there. But it's corner. Chima to take it. McCautry. Oh, so close. Good effort. I'm going to go on to key highlights now because we seem to be doing a little bit better, shall we say. I'm going to ask to show some passion in a minute, but go on, Corkery. Swift. Finds Taylor. Taylor the ball forward. McCautry cuts it out. Okay. Slough on their way forward. Leathers. Puts a searching ball out to their winger. Gets cleared, but only as far as Spratt. Leathers coming forward again. Puts it outside for the other winger. Oh, well cleared by Taylor. Lovely cross in there. They're having a go. Come on, lads. Goodness gracious. Good defending and good goalkeeper work there. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy. Yeah, long ball, you say. Chima now. Oh, no. Kept it. Bolton puts one forward for Otley. Otley's not going to get there. Spratt's in the head for him. Wow. Yeah, Slough were just quick counter-attacking. Which is fine. Suits us. We're doing all right. Beckett clears it. Oh, my goodness. Shot by Rennie from outside of the box, and it's Slough 1, Royal Wootton Bassett 0. Well, cautious isn't cutting the mustard, is it? Maybe if we drop down to defensive and demand more. This is, come on, boys. Shut them down. You know what? Let's go. You know what? Let's slow this game right. You know what? Let's speed it up. They're pretty quick. Let's see if we can join them. Chima with the free kick now for Bassett. Curls one. Oh, it goes off to crossbar. Good effort. Good effort. All right. I need to check the analysis in a minute. Chima now. Oh, look at all this. Let's just change it all. Good God. I missed it. We equalised, and it was McCautry, I think. Corkery assist. That's what I'm reading. Corkery picks it up out wide. Lovely ball in front for Swift, but McCautry's there. Boom, beats Mensah. Royal Wootton Bassett 1, Slough 1. Well done, Fergus. Smalley with the throw-in. Bolton finds Gallagher. Gallagher finds Corkery. Corkery has a go, and oh, it's just wide. Well, Corkery's doing all right. He got his assist. I'd like to see him score, because obviously he's Nathan Corkery, and that's what he does. But, come on, boys. Swifty's not having a great game at all. I think he's got to come off at half-time. But I'm pleased to see Corkery doing all right. I think we need some more strength up front, actually. Well, I'm actually not too disappointed in that. It started off a bit iffy, but I think we're doing not too badly. There you go. We're the underdogs. I don't think I can keep you on, mate, but I don't know who I've got on the bench to. Yeah, see, I've got no strikers on the bench. That's the problem I have. I don't have any strikers because I got rid of Harris and didn't buy a replacement. One star Nathan Corkery, the Trecatista that isn't a Trecatista still. The Trecatista train rolls on. But yeah, Swifty, I think you're just... Let's go back to the team talk. Assertive lead. There's a lot more to come for you, and I believe in you. Oh, Otley, on the other hand. I think maybe Kabani's going to come on for you, because I'm pretty sure Kabani can play out on the right, if memory serves. Nope. He can't. And Sam Goff is a defensive left, so you know what? Kabani can come on for Otley. But I'm going to swap Kabani and Beckett and see how that goes. Kabani, of course, a little bit slower, not as good as Beckett, so hopefully that's not going to compromise my central defence here. Chima, of course, not having a good day either. And nobody to bring on for him. Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it? And Gallagher, you know what? Adam Jones is coming on for you. And he's going to be, yeah, ball-winning midfielder on defend. And Bolton, you were just going to go central midfield on support. See if you can get forward a little bit more. All right. Slough kick-off. Come on, boys. Goodness, there's Swifty. Puts the ball forward for Corkery. Corkery's got support on his left. Puts it in. McCautry. That's his second goal of the season, of the game, of his time with Royal Wootton Bassett. I'm quite happy with that, but he is going to keep Connell Horton out with those kind of performances. But I like that link up with Corkery. That's lovely. Look at that. Very, very happy with McCautry at the moment. He's doing a tremendous job. He's going to be man of the match, obviously. But it's nice to see Corkery's got his 2 assists. Go on, Swifty. You're up to 6.5. You can do better, I believe in you. Kabani's doing all right. Beckett's doing all right out at right back. Throw in now. Spratt for Slough. You know what? I need to check this analysis. Yeah. Just make sure that's always pressed. What's he saying about there? Callum Beckett has been drawn away from position due to destruction of man mark. Eddie. Yeah, well, I know. There's not a lot I can do about that, though. Not at the moment. Okay, sorry about that. Bolton puts one forward for Swift to chase. Swift's got Corkery on his right. Corkery's there. Oh, he tried to get a crossing. Corkery got on the end of it, but that was not how it was supposed to go. I'm guessing McCourtry now finds Bolton. Bolton and McCourtry. Smalley now. I was expecting a deep cross from Smalley. Obviously looking for space. Corkery with one into the box. On to Spratt's head, but Bosworth for Slough to kick it out. Long ball forward. Kabani gets on the end of it. Oh, well done. I don't know who that was, but Taylor puts out to McCourtry. McCourtry coming forward now. He's having a fab game, isn't he? And look at that. Swifty's on the end of that ball. Swifty has a go. But that bullet rebounded off the keeper. Chima to take corner. It's a near post one. Mensah clears it. But it's another throw in now for Bassett, which we're not going to see. Oh. Show some passion, boys. Come on, Bolton, clear it. Lovely job. Okay. Spratt for Slough. It's alright, I made a mistake. Chima now finds Corkery. Jones. He's got a yellow already. Bolton now coming forward. Looking for McCourtry. McCourtry's there with the cross. There's Chima. Corkery off the post, and he gets the rebound. It's 3-1 to Royal Wootton Bassett. This is a dream start, to be honest with you. Not just because Corkery's firing on all cylinders, but because we're winning our first game in a higher division when we weren't expected to, and it's looking pretty good. I'll not lie to you. Oh, Corkery, you were unlucky. Glad he got on the rebound. Well, he got his 2 assists and a goal. You can't fight that, can you? Swift slowly improving. He's up to 6.7. Throw in from Smalley to Swift. Swift dispossessed by Mensah. Higgs coming forward now for Slough. He's got space out on the right. Puts one in. Unmarked. Lethbridge scores. Lethbridge, sorry. That was just awful. Really. Look, he's all out on his own. I don't know who was supposed to be marking him, but nobody was. Girling, you should have got a hand at that. I'm not... Oh. Spratt with the throw into Rennie. Rennie's been fouled by Chima. Chima going to get... Oh, Chima's going off, isn't he? Come on, don't send him off. Oh, Chima. Oh, Chima. What are we going to do about McCourtry? Where else can you play, mate? Oh, you can play out there, can you? I'm tempted just to stuff you up there. And just leave it at that. Oh, this is horrible. Alright, we'll just go with that. But yeah, I hope we can hold on. Tighten up, boys. Kabani. Down to 6.2. You were doing fine, but you compromised my centre. Oh. Well, I think we might be getting away with this one by the skin of our teeth there. That was looking iffy towards the end, but Slough 2, Royal Wootton Bassett 3. I do appreciate your efforts. That was magnificent. Newport County at home to Concord. In goal, it's Bailey, a back four of Thompson, Falston, Snelling and Alban. Left wing Clark, central midfield Hardcastle and Sutton. O'Neill out on the right. Shadow striker Chesters, and up front it's Toure. Okay, well this is our first game in charge at Newport County. I think we're going to be fine. We should be winning this one fairly comfortably. So off you go. Let's do just that. Newport County in the yellow, maybe orange you would consider it. And Concord in the blue with the white shoulders and the blue shorts. But let's get creative, boys. In fact, we're on cautious. We should be going on positive, really, even with the route one. Oh, Weeks puts a free kick in. Oh, and it's just wide. I don't like that. Let's go back to... Okay, Weeks with another free kick for Concord. Curls one in. Comes off the post. Gets the rebound, but my God. What are we doing here, boys? Let's come back to balanced. I also think I should be on full match, really, because clearly we're not doing a lot. If they're getting lots of free kicks, we're doing nothing up front, so I feel like I need to demand more. I've not seen a highlight with Newport crossing the halfway line yet, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go straight to the gegenpress. I'm going to push those wingers up. Mostly works. Clark puts the ball forward. Critchlow Noble for Concord. Garrity now. Obi coming forward. Oh dear, Hardcastle. Tripped him. It was a bit of a strong tackle. Come on, boys. Concord to keep possession. Looks like we are pressing them a bit, which is great, but I'd like to see a bit more. Morris on the ball for Concord. Should I be going attacking? Weeks to Obi. Again. It's all Concord at the moment. I am not enjoying this at all. I do realise that, of course, for God's sakes. You know what? Let's try that. Because honestly, this is pretty terrible. I'll not lie to you. Yeah, just hoofing up front and there's nobody there for it. Again, I think that's the only couple of times we've actually crossed the halfway line. Thompson coming forward now. Clark finds Chesters. Clark's overlapping. Lovely run down the left, and Chester's just been fouled. Wow, I think that's our first free kick in the Concord half. Go on, Thompson. Alban finds O'Neill. O'Neill has a kick, but it's just straight off the defender. Though apparently we're liking the defensively, so let's go back to the 4-4-1-1 defensive then. Thompson now puts it through to Clark. Clark on the edge of the box. Puts it out wide, but it's not a great pass out there. Okay. Concord with the throw in. Getting the playing out of defence. Obi now coming forward. Garrity puts the ball forward. Snelling gets hold of it. Bailey now for Newport. Puts the ball forward. Sutton finds Clark out on the wing. Clark with a run forward. Looks to put a cross in. Toure chases it, but it's cleared by the defender. I'm going to go on the key highlights now because we seem to be a little bit more in control. Throw in from Thompson. Finds Chesters. Chesters to Clark. Clark puts a cross in. O'Neill's there, but he heads it straight at the keeper. Issa not good enough. Show some passion, will you? That's a bit more like it. Well, Toure's having a tough old time. Chesters isn't doing great. As previously mentioned, I don't have any two striker setups for Newport. Maybe that's part of the problem. So yeah, aggressively, I am not happy. Alright, let's go. Okay. I did all that silently, didn't I? I apologise. I was going to change the tactics again, but I should have really done this at half time, but never mind. Let's go to the control possession idea. Chesters is not a half back. Not at all. So I think that he needs to come off for Hunt. Alexo, but I believe Hunt was quite decent as a defensive midfielder, so we'll put him in there. Hardcastle, as Mazzala is not doing great, so we're going to put him on a box-to-box midfielder. Mr. Sutton. Oh, I see. That's what you want to be, is it? Oh, hang on, you're the defensive midfielder I wanted to bring on, aren't you? See, this is part of the problem that I don't know the side yet. Sutton down for Chester's. Chester's off for Neil Hunt. Oi. So, what we'll do is this. Old classic. Hang on a minute. I'm doing this all wrong, aren't I? Sutton is not the guy I thought he was. I take it all back. I'm glad that I can take it all back. Whoops. Not that far back. Okay. Was it Hardcastle then? Maybe it wasn't. Alright, well, I should have gone with my original thought. Actually, how is Chester's doing in terms of his rating here? Not fantastically, so. Can't in Hunt. Not going to have you as a half-back, but like I say, defensive midfielder on support. Feel like you need to be a box-to-box midfielder on support. And you can be a deep-lying playmaker on defend. How about that? I don't think that's great either, but I like a playmaker in there, and I think this is the way to go. Ugh. I have been fiddling like heck with this during pre-season, and I don't know. Let's demand more. I think Touré's got to come off. I never have any luck with a single striker in this game. Never. Let's bring on Joe Hardy. Maybe a pressing forward on attack would be better because you sit a little bit lower. Alright. Let's go. I kind of want to go back to, because we're on positive here, let's go to defensive, because that was working for us. I do want to go and have a look at the analysis. That's fine. We're coming up to 80 minutes and nobody has done a thing. Push forward. Frustrated, huh? Oh. Free kick from Clark for Newport. Finds Snelling and it's there. Oh no, it's disallowed for offside. I was excited then. Oh, Sam. You strayed a bit there, didn't you, mate? Never mind. Good effort. I feel like I need another one of those, though. Corner now from Thompson. Oh, finds the far post, but look at that. First game of the season, 0-0. We had more shots. Didn't do so well in terms of shots on target. That was pretty horrible. Their defence played well, look. But we dropped 2 points. But yeah, I am really not happy with that at all. I'm going to go back and look at these tactics. Hey. Yeah. We need to work harder. Okay, if we finish up with a quick review, Bassett now sat in 5th with 3 points after their first game. Was quite nice. I'll not lie to you. It was got a bit twitchy towards the end, especially when Daniel Chima got sent off, which was quite depressing. I'll not lie to you, but yeah, that was a great result. And next up, of course, is Canvey Island, which we're not expected to win. Canvey are definitely favourites, even though, of course, they lost their first game of season 2. One of these top 3 teams. If we go over to Manager 2, well, that, on the other hand, is not the start we really wanted. We really could have done with a win there, especially as we're expected to win the division. That's not the sort of performance that's going to get us anywhere. I do need to look at the tactics, I think, because I'm not liking single strikers. I'm just not. It's never worked. It didn't work at Bicester. It didn't work at Hales Owen. I mean, the only time in Hales Owen all those different strikers that I signed started working when I was playing 3 of them up front. So I don't want to go necessarily back to that for Newport, but because we do have some good depth, but I don't really know what to do. I genuinely don't know what to do other than maybe change the tactics a little bit and just play around. In terms of how we're doing, we do have a decent amount of room in the wage budget for more players, and I think that might have to be an option. And going back, in fact, to Bassett, we also have the same situation. There are certain players that I need to be honest about at this point. Danny Gallagher's one of them. He's pretty much our only defensive midfielder. I do need to find a replacement for him, and he didn't play great in that first game. Daniel Smalley, who of course just got a award for, or a notable number of appearances, if you will. In fact, I think it's here. I've lost it. No, but anyway, he now has one more appearance for the club than Corkery, which is funny considering they played in the same game. But yeah, I mean, he's I signed him in the first season. He's always been here. He's always done reasonably well, but there has to come a time when, I don't necessarily think he's... I mean, he played all right, don't get me wrong, but I think at this point he needs to be a backup and not the first choice, which is all well and good. Todd, of course, he's only going to be backup. He's definitely not going to be first choice. I need to make sure he's down as rotation, but I need him to know he is only backup. Sorry, Lewis. Corkery, we talked about. Well, he's shown so far that he's willing to carry on doing what he was doing. Sam Motley here, well, he might not be staying because I don't think he's particularly... Oh, no. I'm telling you lies. I'm getting mixed up with Sam Goff. Sorry, not Sam Motley. Sam Goff is unhappy at the club, and he is my only sort of replacement for Smalley at the moment, but I tried to offer him a new contract. He's very unhappy, and he does want a chance in the first team, so he will start the next game. But in terms of, that's my subs bench. My wing backs, or full-backs are quite weak in terms of the squad, as is Corkery showing up as weakness there, as is Gallagher showing up as weak there. So wouldn't mind another right midfielder as well to support Chima. In fact, who have we got in the under-18s? Well, not really anybody. John Dix there. He might have to be a substitute. Ooh, Todd Bancroft. Where did you come from? Oh, of course, you've been there since year one, if you know what I mean. I am going to promote you. How do I do it from here? Can I not? I thought I could. Well, Mr. Bancroft, I want to put you in the first team. If I can. Because you might be a half-decent backup, if nothing else. Dix, I'm going to leave you down here, but no, Mr. Hickman. Well, your work rate's improved. That's impressive. Mr. Hickman, from the youth team, only ever gets a handful of games. And I don't want to just let him go, because honestly, I'm concerned that he'll retire, and I think he's too good to retire. I mean, he's not the best player we have in the squad by a long shot. But in terms of his performances over the years, he's done all right. And it's a shame not to support that. But yeah, well, I'm very pleased with Beckett and Fergus especially. He had a fantastic starting out there. But I think I need a bit more strength in midfield and some more options up front, really, because outside of Corkery and John Swift, both of whom want to be attacking midfielders as well, that's pretty much your lot. I don't think I have anything worthy in the under-23s either. Although, see, we've got Liam Carr and Jamie Farrell hanging around. I'd forgotten about them. Both of those were on loan. I don't think Carr's played a game for us in a couple of seasons. Oh, we had a go during the 21-22 and 22-23 seasons. But, yeah. Well, what do you say about that? And then, of course, we've got Jamie Farrell, who looks like he's improving in terms of all those green arrows. And he's doing all right as a ball-winning midfielder, apparently. But yeah, he's another one who hasn't really played the games. He got a few in the 21-22 season. But, I mean, he made, one appearance? So, not bad little player, but I just don't know what to say, really. I don't know what to do. Might be that we can put him into rotation to help him improve. But I'm not sure they're necessarily going to meet their potential. There you go. Andy Smith. Our no-nonsense centre-back. Where did you come from again? I signed you from Stoke, didn't I? Yeah, you haven't really done anything for us at the moment. But anyway, that's where we're up to, at least. The next game that we'll be back for, if we have a look at the schedule, instead of the 1st of September, or the 2nd of September in this case, we're actually going to come back for the Derby game, I think. Although I may just do the Cray game and then do the Derby game as well, but we'll see. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.